Hello, how are you Ugandans? My name is MC Selvik Luja and welcome back to yet another edition of our great inspirational videos. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. Also hit the notification buttons and get more of these great videos. Today is a special day and I beg to talk about the topic of artists and management. You know, artists and how they are managed. In Uganda, that is a very controversial topic and it needs tender care when discussing and when dealing with the same. So have you ever asked yourself, who is a manager? You know, now this differs from place to place, country to country, continent to continent. Uh, Back in Uganda, there's a section of musicians that, have a manager, and a manager does so many things. Now, let's look at it this way. A manager is a person who will help a musician to pursue their musical career, you know? And these managers will do so many things for these musicians. Number one, a manager will help to push your music. A manager will help you organize interviews at various radio stations, TV stations, or newspapers. A manager will also help you to manage your social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the like. Also, they will manage your YouTube channel, so many other things. A manager will help you look after your wardrobe, all your needs, so that you as an artist, you concentrate on one thing, bringing out music. Now, in Uganda, it's tough. Ideally, a person has to have various managers. A manager who manages the brand. For example, MC Selvik, I need to have a manager who manages the brand, MC Selvik. Then there's another manager, you need to have another manager that will manage maybe your wardrobe, social media, bookings. Some bigger artists have regional managers. For example, Diamond Platnumz has a manager to oversee his East African market. This is a person who will book for him shows in Uganda, Burundi, South Sudan, Congo. That is another manager apart from the manager in, Dar es Salaam or Dodoma. That aside, in Uganda, like I told you before, I want us to talk about the problem of artists and management. And as we have highlighted some of the roles of the manager, I want us to look at how do artists get cheated by these managers and what solutions can we put across to help our beloved musicians. Let me give you an example of a very young talented musician in the name of John Kasada, aka John Black. He has given us so many massive tunes, but quite recently, I think 2 weeks ago, he went into a bitter brawl with his manager, and it is reported or alleged that John Black's manager, former manager, that stole money to the tune of over 300 million. This is money obtained in caller tunes from various companies, MTN, Airtel, and other businesses. Maybe people booked this guy, and then by the time they separated, he hadn't given him money. So John Black and his lawyers estimate that money over 300 million was stolen by this manager. He also claims that his social media accounts were taken by his manager. So he can't access his old Facebook account, Instagram, and YouTube. And we all know how YouTube pays. So all that is not in John Black's hands. So apparently John Black is not a happy man. But information reaching me is that he opened up another account and now he's better and bigger and good to go. But what problems do musicians face when they are in bad management? Number one, some musicians think that by being signed to a particular manager, you are being helped. So in such a way, the manager who sees that you are, gullible, you don't know what to do, and you are desperate, will cheat you. That's number one. So if you're so desperate as a musician, you will be cheated. Number two, some musicians do not know how to sing. Some people don't know how to sing. So there's a person who's going to come. He knows how to train singers. He will get you from wherever you've come from whichever job you've come from, without knowing how to sing. He will train you, and by so doing, he will be able to take a bigger share because he says, I am the one who gives you all this. I trained you, and so I have to get my money back. So that group of people who are not talented are also likely to be cheated by managers. Number three, many of our artists do not clearly read through their contracts. They just sign out of excitement. They simply sign. We have cases of musicians who, when they sign their contract, the manager takes 80% and the artist who does the donkey work takes only 20%. I'll give you an example. An artist sings for 1 million, and because in the contract, unknowingly he signed for 200,000, and the manager signed for 200,000. Rather, the vice versa. The artist signed for 200,000 and the manager signed for 800,000. In such a way, without clearly looking through your contracts, you'll be cheated, you know. And some people confuse a record label with just a manager. We might have a bigger record label, for example, Maven Records, arguably the biggest record label in Nigeria, owned by the Don himself, Don Jazzy. And it has various artists, some of whom left, like, Tiwa Savage left. It has Dr. Seed, Corey De Bello, DJ, and the rest. Now that is a record label. Under that record label, Maven, it can have like 4 artists, and every artist has a various manager. So here in Uganda, most of the people are under only one guy, a manager, and they call it a record label. So in such a way, they are being cheated. Now that is another reason. People don't know what a record label is and who a manager is. We can have a manager in a record label, but some of the people don't know about that. And the other thing is, there's a sizable, number of musicians in Uganda that are not so much well educated. They don't know how to read. They can't sign contracts. Even when they get a very big deal, let's say with companies like Pepsi, Shell, Coca-Cola, Bell, and the rest, they can't read. They don't know how much money they are getting. So it's the manager that knows. If they wake up in the future, that's when they will split bitterly with their managers. That is so bad, and so much of our talent is being exploited. I have made this video to, for some people to learn from it. Fast forward, let's have solutions. How can musicians already established and the ones who are upcoming escape this problem? Number one, clearly read through your contracts, people. Once you get a person and then they say that they are your managers, make sure you read through the contract very well. Know how much you get, know how much the manager gets. If you benefit, win-win situation, then you're okay to go. Number two, do not be disparate. In case you have talent, you are a very good musician, don't be disparate. Talent will attract talent. A talented musician will attract a talented manager. Class will attract class. Don't be disparate. Sing, do your work, a very good manager or a big record label will come your way. Number three, avoid getting friends for your managers. Some people say, oh, Vincent is my friend, he can be my manager. No, get a professional manager to manage you. In such a way, you will produce very good work. Number three, avoid mixing love with business. This is to the side of women. Many female artists get male managers, and along the way, a person who came as a manager will end up as, a lover as well. So in such a way, these people will, we've seen these cases, someone will refuse you from singing. We've seen cases such as Leila Kayondo and other people, Kemi Sarah and the like. By the time they were managed, it was music. As they went further, it became love. And then the manager refused her from singing. They want to turn them into housewives, and the music career crashed. So avoid getting friends as your managers. And, be smart. Go back to school. If you know you are a musician who has not gone to school, furthered your education, please, there is no harm in going back to school and, doing a few courses. You study. We've seen musicians going back to school. Ronald Mayinja, Dr. Jose Chameleone just recently started Senior 6, and other musicians. Silver Chagulanyi is now a lawyer. Go back to school and upgrade your game. There's no harm in being a musician and a very educated person. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, my beautiful and awesome viewers, I love you so much. I think this video will help a soul out there. Kindly subscribe to my channel in case you haven't, so that we can get this started. God bless you, Ghana. Peace and love. I'm out.